Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. How are you today?
I just got done watching the show, and oh, I mean, like, oh, I'll be honest. I didn't get too much out of the episode. Not too
Mhm.
much, but just when
The
you thought,
delusion.
yeah, when you thought Cody couldn't get any worse. I mean, that was the thing. Like, we saw it through the season. We saw it through part one. So, like,
Mhm.
okay, he cannot get worse. Like, this is gonna maybe be a little mini redemption arc. He's going to really process and take
Mhm.
accountability, and then to see, wow,
I love it when he tried to tell Suki, I'm not going to talk about Christine anymore. And she came back right back with more questions about Christine. Boy, who interview this is? You can't tell the
right,
interviewer what to ask.
right,
I like her. They need to bring, like, she's calm. She keeps control of her subjects. They need to bring her on more TLC. Um, what do you call them?
like
Reunions?
more sit down reunion tell all type deals.
Yeah, get rid of the other lady. I remember, like,
Sean,
I liked her. Yeah, I liked Sean when she was on Access Hollywood,
right?
but on this, no.
She's not built for reality TV. I don't think.
Mm. Anyway, welcome, guys. Welcome to the Commentary Zone Noontime Edition. On the docket today, we have, oh Lord, Sister Wives, Season 16, Episode 13, One-on-One Part 3. I don't know why we had three parts of this. Um, but this was basically the Christine and Cody episode.
Hmm.
Did Mary say anything? Hold on.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she
she
had
said
two
something.
sentences.
Yeah, she said something, but we didn't care.
Oof. But I
I
love
mean,
how Christine said, I don't know how anybody could live in a relationship, in a marriage with no intimacy. God bless them. Meaning you,
yep,
Mary.
yeah, Mary.
Mm. So, according to Christine, she's completely divorced. And I felt like Cody kind of double talked himself because I swore he was saying that the church says that they're married. So she's still married to him, whether she believe or not. And she's
Right,
like, I'm not waiting for no man to come and tell me that I'm divorced. I'm gone. Done.
yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know if it was just a spiritual marriage, like you spiritually say I do, and then spiritually you say I don't, right?
right.
Oh my goodness. So hello everybody in the chat. Welcome Xylee, welcome Susan, welcome Yanni. Hello Sunway. Hold on, who else is here? I think that's it for now. Um, this, and just keep talking about Christine. Okay, so you have words. Oh, we cannot wait to see your words, Xylee. We cannot wait. Okay, so she understands that she's changing the whole dynamic of the family by separating herself or divorcing. Um, but it just wasn't working anymore. And I think Christine is finally putting herself first after so many years of putting everybody else first.
Right. And the thing, I think here's another thing. Is it seems like she had the most room to grow of everybody, or she made the conscious choice to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and the others kind of really didn't. Like we know Cody hasn't, so
Mm-mm.
that's a whole other situation. So she grew. Pretty much everyone else stayed the same, and basically she just outgrew the family. To be honest,
She said she didn't believe in polygamy anymore. So if you don't believe in polygamy anymore, I think that means you're divorced, right?
yeah,
Because, like, if you don't believe in it, you can't really be a partaker of it. I don't know. I'm on her side with moving on. I really am. And she says that she looks at Mary's relationship and says it will not be her future. You go ahead, girl. Wait, Christine got a TLC cooking show? Yanni, when is it coming on? He finally went mask off for me in that last episode. He was just ridiculous. Oh my God.
Right.
Does Mary ever say anything? Well,
Not that we care about. Sorry.
She said, look at the mountain. I still don't understand what that means. Is that part of like hypnosis or something? Look at the mountain, focus on something else and not how miserable your life is? I don't get it. What she says never makes sense to me. Okay, so it's not just me. Okay, Christine's cooking show is called Cooking with Just Christine. Can't wait to see it. Oh, I'm so glad that TLC is like stepping in and helping her out. Cody must be so mad, of course, because he's not getting a piece of that check.
Exactly. Christine gets that whole check to herself. And hopefully her new man.
But did you also notice that he was like, everything she was saying was a lie? That, you know, her in her opener, she's like, I don't just believe in something, I believe in polygamy or plural marriage or something like that. He's like, everything she said was a lie.
Right. I was like, what?
Well, everything you said was a lie too, because you said you wasn't attracted to her when you got married.
Exactly, but y'all have like 6 kids, 5 or 6 kids.
Mm-hmm. This made no sense for me. She says that Mary's relationship was a wake-up call for her. She says it was fine until it wasn't. She said that once she started standing up for herself, that Cody didn't like it. Ooh.
Right. That's exactly what it was, though. That's just the truth.
Oh my God. She said that, so they did go to therapy. She said it was awful for them. Probably like how it was awful for him and Mary. I didn't realize that she went to therapy with him, though. I thought it was just Mary. So happy. Meanwhile, Cody looks so miserable. Yes. Christine looked like she was free. She was
great.
Free. Yeah.
She looked happy. She looked free. She looked like, I don't care. I'm living my best life. And when Janelle said, you know what? She's happier. She's much, much happier. She's like, so how can I get mad at that? I'm like, well, you can't.
Okay, so Xylee, thank you for saying this, because I didn't know how to say it. If she's not part of that church anymore, how can she go by that doctrine? It makes no sense. So, okay, thank you. That sounds a whole lot better than what was coming out of my mouth. Let's be honest here. Who truly believed Cody would allow Christine not to follow the religion if he was still doing it? Oops. Interesting. Hey, Ryan, welcome. Insane video. Okay, so you don't know when it's coming on. Okay, so Debbie, I think she meant to Christine hearing angels when she looked at the mountains. Well, what did angels have to do with anything? I think I've told y'all before, I'm not that religious at all, ever. None of this makes sense to me. So y'all gonna have to repeat things to me a couple times for it to sink in. I'm sorry. Hey, Stephen, you're not late. Look at the mountains must be like, close your eyes and think of England. Some people think he hired a publicist to help him clean his image with this reunion. Well, that was a waste of money because he ruined
Yeah.
it.
I was gonna say now. Come on now.
He ruined it. Oh my god.
That was terrible. He can get his money back.
No, I wouldn't give him a refund because they probably told him exactly what to do and he went and did what he wanted to do, which was not what they said. I don't know.
I can go with that.
She said Cody carries grudges. I believe you. Christine says she didn't know that Cody wasn't attracted to her in the beginning of their relationship. What a slap in the face to her.
Right.
He's such a little bitch. Oh my god.
You know what killed me though? Is when he said he didn't hold grudges. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need you to stop. Somebody roll the footage.
The way
Because
how
he's
he
still holding.
spoke about the catfish, that's a grudge.
That's the grudge. That's a grudge. You still holding on to that.
Okay, but doesn't Christine now sound like she's in therapy? I think she's working through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think she is. This was a complex relationship for over 2 decades with children involved and some sort of emotional bondage. Like, she has to work through that with somebody. These women are just vessels. I think you know what I mean. Oh, okay.
Right, because his only real concern is like heaven, pretty much. If we're being honest.
Okay, wait. Yanni says the couples went to therapy as a fivesome and individually, each wife with Cody. They did? Oh. That's why Christine said, I'm not part of that church, so that marriage isn't valid to her anymore. Good for her. Okay. I'm glad I never read their book, but why all this juicy stuff didn't come out sooner baffles me. Well, probably because the book was a bunch of lies. Okay, so what else did she say? Christine said that it's not fair that he can have intimacy with the others, but she gets nothing. Exactly. And what were you really getting when you were having intimacy with him? Like, I don't get a big D energy from him at all. Just a sad disappointment. She says she's done pretending. It felt good with Cody not there anymore. Christine is happy, but she's still trying to figure things out.
Agreed. And you know what I think it gave her the confidence is when she spoke to her father. And he said, like, when are you going to stand up for yourself? When are you going to start saying no? And she was like, oh, man. And she really took that in. I'm like, for him to say that, given who their family is in that lifestyle, I think it kind of gave her like the freedom to say, okay, I can leave now for real. My daddy said I got to go.
Oh my god!
Seriously, because think about it. It's like him validating her decision, like her thought process, because I'm sure part of it weighed on her. Like, my family has this lineage. I don't want to be a disappointment. This is what we do. But when he said, I guess when he said, like, baby, you gotta do for you. It just validated her thought process and her opinion, and she just said, I'm out.
What if she thought? Okay, what if she thought that what was happening to Mary could never happen to her? And it was okay as long as she had that little piece of him. And then when the day that he came and said, I don't think I want an intimate relationship with you anymore. And she saw that, well, if it happened to one, who's next?
Right. And you combine that with he's having a full functioning relationship with Robyn and a half functioning relationship with Janelle. And she's like, yeah, no. Mm-mm. And I'm with that because the way he acts, and I don't want to say this about men, but she's just striking me as bitch made. Sorry.
Yes,
Like
I do know that I do know that expression, Stephen. Remember I was born in a former colony. You always think of England when you've got something shitty to do. Yes. Thank you. Go ahead, Jamal.
no, he's just like bitch made, like bad Tupperware. No,
I,
no.
well, let's get on to him. He says in this episode, they're divorced. He has grief, but he's angry. What? I
He's always
thought he
angry.
said they weren't divorced because, or it wasn't him. Who
The
said
church.
that?
He said because the church has to do this and that, and Christine said bunk that. No church is gonna tell me when my marriage is over. Thank you.
Okay, so he did say it in this one-on-one thing, right?
Right, right.
So now he's saying something completely different. You think he has like a what is it, ADHD, or what do you call it? Do you need Ritalin?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know the alphabet term, but he just seems so scattered. He contradicts himself all the time, and then he gets very angry. I could not be around him. Honestly, I'd have to put something in his food. Just saying. He says that they've really messed it up. He knows people who are doing a much better job at polygamy than he is. Cody says the clip summed it up of how he feels today, and they showed some clip of him freaking out at some point during this season, and he's bothered by how the women treat each other.
No, AKA I'm mad that the other wives don't like Robyn. Shut up, Cody. Shut up. Cause no, I'm gonna
Ah,
say this. Shut up, Cody. Because the wives are treating each other any kind of way. They just don't like Robyn, specifically Janelle and Christine. Mary toler Mary
Ariani,
Mary
good.
tolerates Robyn to make sure she can have some semblance of Cody. Even if she's just Cody adjacent, she's happy at this point. Shut up. You just mad because Christine is like Robyn. Um and Janelle barely spoke to Robyn. And let's get on to Robyn real quick. Baby Kins. No.
Wait.
Oh,
Let's
go
hold
ahead.
up on Robyn. We still on Cody. We got a lot more to dissect with Cody.
Okay,
Cody
go
said
ahead.
that they treated him like crap for years. I'm just saying what he said.
Okay.
Oh my God. He says Christine told him that she hates plural marriage. He says that he didn't validate her, but it made him angry. Like when she was saying that she wanted to go back to Utah, and because he didn't validate her, um, you know, that's where it all started to fall apart. And I'm like, no, sir. He was just talking a bunch of mumbo jumbo. He says, um, he's staining his own polygamy. Did I write that right? I probably didn't. Um, um, Cody didn't know if it's about love, determination, or commitment. It's not about love.
Mm-mm.
And I dare say not even with Robyn. I don't think this person, he knows how to love anyone. Um, he knows he has a couple of wives with torches, wondering if they should throw them into the water or light up the bridge. And I'm like, where are you getting all of this poetic mumbo jumbo from?
He googled some stuff. That's all he did.
Oh, and that's when he screams out, "What the crap?" And that's why I put that on the thumbnail. Because it shared my sentiments. I was like, what the crap is going on here?
Right. He's just remembering things like in a whole different context. I'm like, this is amazing that you can sit here and make up this whole context in your head and believe it at the same time.
He wonders if he could have saved it all by just being empathetic.
I mean, to be empathetic, you have to know how to be empathetic. You have to think to be empathetic. You have to know how to think about others before yourself. I'm just not seeing that happening. Sorry.
Okay, I was feeling the same thing too, because I don't think he knows the definition of that. He says that he didn't know what was going on with Christine, but yet you said that 12 years ago she told you that she didn't like plural marriage and that everything was a lie, but yet you didn't know what was going on with Christine. Like, what is the... Did he just not know that she was packing up his shit?
That was hilarious.
He said, but then he turns around and said, he says that he didn't know what was going on with Christine, but yet he heard rumors from the kids.
What? AKA, Robyn told me.
Oh my God. Cody said that Christine has been complaining since they moved to Las Vegas. But yet you didn't know what was going on. Okay. It's been building up for years and he's been trying to make her happy, but he doesn't know. But yet you didn't know what was going on with her.
Right.
But you took some action in order to help her, but you didn't know what was going on. Okay. He says that when he and Christine got married, they didn't know each other and they were a bad match.
2 months. They got married after 2 months. 2 months after meeting.
He better be lucky that Christine already left and moved into another state, because if it were me, like I said, I'd put something in his food. I'm sorry. He's such a bitch. He said after a year, she lifted the burden for them and brightness and brought brightness into the experience, aka in-house babysitting.
Exactly.
Wow. He also says that he doesn't carry grudges, and if they say so, they don't know him.
Oh, they know you. That's why they're saying what they're saying.
Cody says that Christine had told he said that Christine had told him stuff, and he's just defending himself. He doesn't want to talk about Christine anymore, but yet Suki goes right back in, and he denies telling Christine that they were never going to be intimate anymore. But he didn't want to be intimate because she was stabbing him in the back. You contradicted yourself in one sentence.
Right. He's amazing at that.
I will say Suki kept a straight poker face throughout all this bullshit. Oh my God.
I would laugh. And he has just been mad at me for that.
So she asked him why he never asked her about it, meaning Christine. And Cody says that intimacy is a duty and it's a hard place. Wait, what?
Sex is torture. Sex is work. That's what he's saying.
I know, but that's not... He doesn't have a loving relationship with any of these women. He did not marry for love. Like, I now believe, I think I understand. It's all about getting into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Right.
So you destroy the lives of 4 women so you can get into heaven, and 18 children so that you can get into heaven. Okay. He says that they did counseling in Vegas. He hopes Christine gets married and has a wonderful relationship and that she's happy, have a good life, but he's still in the grieving process. Nobody feels sorry for you, Cody.
Not at all. Mm-mm.
If he really did pay a PR company to help him with his image in this one-on-one, wow. If I was you, that PR company, I would not admit that he was one of our clients.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, how you gonna hire a PR company and they did nothing with that hair? Just saying.
I don't know who told him that that curly perm looked good.
I'm just saying, how you hire a PR company to help you and you still keep that hair? But okay, maybe it's just me.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it's just me.
Well, if he shaved it off, he'd look like an even bigger psychopath. I don't know. All right, so let's get to your favorite wife, Robyn.
She, her, she just aggravated me so much. I was mad that she was on the show. I'm like, y'all couldn't cut her out.
Of course not.
Oh,
Cody
she just.
needs her in there.
I was sitting looking at her like, are you serious? Like, her blaming Christine for everything. I'm like, are you joking?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? Ma'am, no. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. And I can't remember what she said, but there was something, I was trying to remember it now, but what she said just aggravated me to no end. What were they talking about?
Okay,
Oh, it
I
was what
made
she
some
said.
notes for her. Yeah. Go
It's what
ahead.
she said. It's what she said. Like, I, I've been wanting a close relationship with Christy
Uh-huh. For
like for
years.
years. I'm like,
But
I'm like,
divorce breaks everything up.
right. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, 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 no problem. We can't let you get away with this one. We can't let you get away. You talk about you had years to cultivate a relationship with Christine and you didn't. No, ma'am. You didn't want to cultivate any kind of relationship with Christine because you felt like Christine um would take more of Cody away from you. You wanted to have her piece of the manipulation pie. You need to have Cody on lock, and you knew Christine being there was a problem because she was finding herself.
I
Robyn
think she
couldn't
was
have.
pissed at Christine because Christine wouldn't babysit her kids.
Well, that too.
Oh
Them tears that were non-existent. I'm like, come on now.
my god. Okay, so here's some of the notes I took on Robyn. She thinks Christine, um, they're lost and it's a waste, and they could have figured it out. She didn't understand why giving up was an option when they haven't even tried. She's frustrated, angry, and devastated. Oops, hold on. Frustrated, angry, and devastated at Christine's choice. She's wanted to have that closer relationship with her for years, and divorce breaks everything up. If he didn't love polygamy, what does he do? Meaning, I guess, Cody. He goes and be a flim flam man to somebody else. He find replacements. Hello. Um, Robyn had no idea what was going on with Christine, wanting to move back to Utah. It's one thing to be in your room alone saying that you don't want to be in the marriage anymore, but it's another thing what it's said on camera. And she feels like she failed her sister wife. You mean after you just stabbed her in the back, you now feel like
Right,
you failed her?
right.
Bye, Robyn.
After you basically made sure to sequester Cody away from them, shut up, shut up. I'm like, what you? What? I'm like, what are you fake crying for? For what?
Because everybody's blaming her. She wants to do all the underhanded stuff, but she doesn't want to be blamed for it.
Mm, she
So
sucks.
let's touch on Janelle. She says that they've tried, but it got to the point where it didn't work anymore, meaning Christine and Cody.
Hmm.
It's been hard because you're pulling apart something that's been there for 25 years. She's trying to figure out, she's trying to figure it out and not take sides. She still believes in polygamy. She still wants to be there. She feels at that point Christine realized that she wasn't going to have a fully functional marriage. That helped her make her decision. Um, Janelle says that they have a new text thread, minus Christine, where they talk about the property without her, and it feels weird. Wait, so she don't get her piece of the property no more?
No, she gone. She divorced.
Wait, so then but she was a wife. They said she was the brightness. So she don't get her cut no more?
Nope.
That's not fair because in every other divorce, you get a settlement. What's her settlement?
But it's not legal though.
But
So
she was married. Her last name was Brown, and
it
she
doesn't
had
matter.
15 children, and
When it
she
comes down
played a
to
part in that. So
when it
she
comes down to
can't get
divorce,
nothing.
no, because she's not legally married.
But she was common law. He living with her.
It depends on what state if they recognize that.
They got about 3-4 states to deal with.
You know, 3 or 4
They
states.
got Utah, Wyoming, Vegas, Nevada, and Arizona. Pick one.
Oh my goodness! You like pick the state. When you say pick the most,
The most
the
beneficial.
most state. Oh my goodness!
I'm trying to fight for something for her. But she had the shittiest lot anyway, because it had the thing underneath there, the water container, that couldn't give enough water for one lot. But okay. So
Well,
then Mary's. Oh,
Zali said, oh, let me go. Zali says that they aren't divorced by the church though. Um, agreed, but when it comes down to financial things and monies, it's all legal. It all goes by the legal. What your church said don't really mean anything. And welcome, Dr. Susie Deladonna. She says, Dr. Susie here. Robyn is borderline PD, manipulative victim stance. The family imploded when she joined. Yep.
ooh. And it was Mary who brought her in. Do you think Mary brought her in to destroy the family? I'm just saying.
Okay. So Mary brought her in. I think Mary just felt bad for her. Like she had nobody. Like, cause didn't you say she was living in like a 12-foot
A
trailer?
trailer, yeah, with no heat and no electricity, and like the ex-husband wasn't helping her out with the
Right.
kids.
So I
Yeah.
get it. Cody was like a port in the storm.
Mm,
And she had no,
okay.
she thought she had like, she found herself a nice little built family. She didn't have to do too much. Just saying.
Okay.
I think that's what she was thinking. I mean, like, look, would you rather stay in a trailer with no heat or deal with Cody and otherwise and have a house and
Trailer.
mm, I can go with the trailer on that one.
Trailer. Cody, look at his hair.
But his hair wasn't like that before, though.
No, it wasn't. It was straight. He got a curly perm.
Yeah.
His hair used to be straight and thinning. I don't know why he just doesn't go and get plugs.
Right. The Bosley I heard is good. I'm just saying. I see them on TV all the time.
But why doesn't he do like Kate plus 8? Remember when she got her husband plugs as a barter agreement? If they filmed it, why doesn't he go and do that?
I don't know. I think he's trying to hold on to that youth, but a curly perm just ages you out a little bit.
Right, and he has the worst haircut that emphasizes that his hairline is receding, and he does have that curly perm. It's so gross. Oh God.
It makes him look a used car salesman. Like when he talks, like he's trying to sell you something.
Do
Always.
not insult used car salesmen like that.
Okay, or a barker at a circus. Either one's fine.
Oh jeez. Guys, give us some thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Mary says the most vague 3 sentences ever. She's trying to figure it out.
She can't even figure out her own situation. She can leave other people alone. Do what you do best and stay at the bed and breakfast and not get visited by Cody. Stay there. Don't say anything.
She says she doesn't want to sound like Cody, and then she says she still sees value, but didn't know if still sees value in the marriage and the
Of
polygamy
course you
thing,
do.
but doesn't know if Cody does. And Mary just thought that Christine was upset, and she thought she knew that Christine was committed.
Good job, Mary. You gonna make sure you hold on to hopefully another season of paycheck, and you try to make sure your house gets built. I'm not mad at you, but
I
say as little as possible.
I wouldn't be surprised if after seeing that Christine got the cooking show, that she then goes to TLC and pitches my B&B experience.
But
Mary
Chris,
on her own.
Mary's boring.
She
Let's be
is,
honest.
but
Let's
that's not
be
gonna
honest.
stop her from pitching it.
Right, let's be honest. Does nobody care about
Mm-hmm.
Mary? Cody don't care about Mary. Mary don't care about Mary.
Mm-hmm.
TLC's not gonna care about Mary. TLC season Christine, like, okay, she was the basement wife, but she done stood up for herself. She's the
Mm-hmm.
new independent woman. We could do something with her. Anybody will tune in for Mary? What? Tune in
Well,
for Mary?
had she left with the catfish, we would have tuned in for that.
Yes. Yes, we would have.
Mary seeking freedom.
Right. We could have rolled. They could have rolled that. But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. I'm not interested in seeing Mary, um, sitting in that big old house with the B&B, whining about Cody not coming to see her. He ain't been coming to see you for the last 10 years. And since Robyn came along, what are you talking about? The show will be one episode and done. I'm not interested in seeing a show about a sister wife not getting none. I don't care. Now, if
Mhm.
you are a sister wife that was dating behind Cody's back, that I could get behind. I can get behind that. But you
So
sit in the house,
you can get behind the indiscretion and the talking back and just saying I'm divorced, peace out, but
mhm,
you couldn't get behind the Airbnb.
no. Could
Okay.
we know? We know that nobody comes to Airbnb. What, one person a season?
Well, because it's so small, I think like they can't have a full house anymore. Wait, what state is that Airbnb in? Utah?
I believe it's in Utah.
Oh, they ain't got no restrictions. So yeah, they could jam as many people as they want in there. Um oh, Susie says a personality disorder. Are we saying that's what Cody has?
Robyn.
Oh, Robyn? Really? I was just so focused on her face and how big it got. Like, I know my face got big, but wow. Her look has changed a lot. Not in a good way. You know who I was reminded of when I was looking at her? Remember Fantastic Four and the one that was The Rock?
The Thing.
Yeah. That's what I see when I look at her.
That's not nice.
No, I mean the shape of her face. It's just like big and square and flat.
It's called pronounced, Demi.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I think
So,
that's a better word than my saying handsome.
Dr. Susie
Hmm.
says, "Sorry guys, borderline personality disorder. Position of power from a victim appearing stance. You can give them a transfusion and they still need your blood." Gotcha.
Oof, an emotional vampire.
And Janet says, "Is that why she sobs with no tears? Is that really her pronounced face?" Okay, gotcha.
I think the PR company told her to do that.
Steven Crisco says that does make sense. No wonder Robyn and Cody work. She manipulates Cody's ego. And then Dr. Susie says they don't distinguish between real and fake emotion. Oh, that's terrible.
Hmm. This was a mess. What do you think that they're going to bring for season 17? Her escaping in the middle of the night?
Who?
Christine?
I would love to see that, where she just gets all the trucks in the middle of the night.
Yeah, because look where we end off. She had packed up all of his stuff and put it in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they've already taped season 17. So that has to be with her packing up the house,
Right.
selling it, and making and like leaving and going to Utah.
It has to be. There's nothing else.
The Emancipation of Christine season.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody should be a total turd.
He will be.
Like, can you imagine? He had control over all these women for all these years. And then one goes rogue, and he's pissed at that because he has no more control. And then he has to be wondering at the fallout and if any of the other wives are thinking about using this as a blueprint. I don't know. That's what I would be thinking.
I'm with Susan on this one. There may not be one unless he's looking for a new wife. I think he already got the new wife in the pipeline. Now I bet you she's a friend of Robyn.
I would say it would be the nanny, but she's already got a husband.
That was my next thought. The nanny. She's already there. She
He
already
was
knows the
testing
family.
her out as the nanny.
Right.
And
That was
maybe
my
that's
second.
why Robyn has to have such a big house, because they're
Mm-hmm.
bringing future wives in, and they're going back to a
for
one
demos.
house thing.
For demos, we got to test you out first. I made this mistake before.
Oh my god!
But who's to say nanny has a husband though? We ain't never
Didn't they
seen
say
him,
the nanny had a husband?
but we ain't seen him. Receipts or you don't exist.
Oh my god!
Or what? Or what if Cody's the husband?
Hmm?
What if Cody's the husband? I'm saying, what if Cody's the nanny's husband?
Already? You think they would have done it without? But wait, is he still in the church? Would they have done a video spiritual wedding?
They could have. Yeah, Xylee, they both got COVID. True. But who's to say Cody ain't finagling or doing something? Just saying. Am I being a little bit messy on this? Yeah, because I don't like them. They annoy me. Especially Robyn.
Wouldn't it be great if he like married the nanny's husband and he was just a frustrated homosexual all these years? And that's why he was so angry? Maybe? No, it wouldn't work. I think I listened to Blobby too much.
I'm just saying, 'cause we never saw the nanny. We never seen the husband. Um, so what? I mean, like you said, it's a big house. Who's to say?
I don't know.
Just saying.
I don't know.
I mean, because you have to realize something. Christine leaving is a huge blow, and her getting her own show makes it even worse. I mean, like without Christine, like that tells you they thought very highly of Christine, and none of them can replace her, so they could be losing out on a check in the future. You know what I mean? So they gotta do something. They have to do something to keep the show going.
By bringing in another wife
Yes,
that lives with Robyn,
correct.
that would freak out Janelle even more. And is this new wife going to get a piece of the Coyote Pass?
Well, Janelle. What's his thing with Janelle? Janelle's only around to give her 401k back. She needs them houses built, so she's gonna stay there. She's gonna stay as long as she can. And what's gonna happen is the new wife, she's not gonna be part of Cody. She's not getting on that Coyote Pass. Mm-mm. They'll have because they'll have those houses built before they marry. Before she gets officially into the family.
How are they dividing up Christine's portion?
They'll just redistribute the lots.
If I were Christine, I would sue for that part of the land. Because didn't money from her Nevada house? No, that went into her Flagstaff house. I don't know. Are all of their names on the deed?
I would think so because didn't Cody say the wives own everything?
Right. So if her name is on the deed, can they just remove it without giving her a portion of
If
it?
her if her okay if her name is on the deed to the land, they're gonna have to buy her out.
Oh,
That's yeah,
Eureka.
right. If her name is on that deed of that Coyote Pass property, they would have to buy her out.
So she still got a horse in the race. Yay.
Yes, if her name is so what they would have to do is since since there's been no construction on the land yet, the killing part is that they can either depending on how Christine works this now, you could just say like you take the value of the land, split it up 5 ways, and then they pay her a fifth of what the land is worth. Or depending on if her how much her plot is worth, she would be like, okay, y'all gonna buy me out this plot. Because remember, she had one of the plots with the trees. Remember, and that's the more
Yep.
valuable
Yep.
plot. So it depends
So
on
he
which one.
says,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh. Child, it's a mess. It's a
Mm-hmm.
mess. Wait, where is this? Why can't I ever find anything when I need it? There we go. Oh, I'm just glad that this season's over. I said I wasn't going to be very interested in watching that season, but I say that at the end of every season and I wind up getting sucked right back in.
Let's see. I'm just looking at something real quick. All right.
But Susie, there could be another wife because if Robyn's uterus is shut down and Cody want more kids, then she'll probably agree to bringing in another wife to have more kids. But she'll cut off her nose to spoil her own features by doing that because just like how she was the younger, cuter wife when she came in and turned his head, that'll happen to her.
Okay, so it looks like, based on this article, I found that uh, Christine's name is. So this is the house. These are the houses on the property. Yeah, I'm trying to find out whose name is on the deeds. So documents from the Flagstaff Accessory Office show who is on the sister wives deed. Mary Brown's the only sister wives spouse who doesn't own a piece of property with Cody alone. It seems she is on the Coyote Pass deed with both Janelle and Cody, but Robyn is on 4 deeds. 2 of them appear to be brand new properties other than Coyote Pass. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Whoa.
And this is from 2019.
But didn't she go through a few houses? Remember, what season was it where they were arguing over whether or not to buy a house?
It was the season before this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was the season before this one. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, this is okay, but the bigger mystery, this is at the end of the article. But the bigger mystery is why Robyn seems to be the one who holds the most real estate with the shared husband of 4. If anything ever happened to Cody Brown, it looks like Mary, Janelle, and Christine would be left off as well as Robyn. So this could be another factor why Christine is leaving.
Why? Because she's not a wife?
No, because the way it's set up, Cody, like Robin's on all four of the deeds of the land, so she's a bigger shareholder. But I have a feeling
Wait,
that
there's
that
four
may
deeds to the Coyote Pass?
yes,
Why are there four deeds?
no clue, but I have a feeling that it may be contingent on homes being built. So if Christine cuts out now, they have to buy her out.
Mm.
I think that's what it is. I'm just guessing. I would need to see the contracts and all that good stuff, but that seems to be the most logical.
Interesting. Oh. Ah. Oh, not getting that check. Oh, I love
Yeah,
it. Ooh.
yeah. You have to like they have to buy her out. And here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
them buying her out now. What it does mean is that she doesn't have to pay those taxes anymore, so she saves money there. Then who's to say that that land doesn't decrease in value later?
But she, okay, they don't have money to buy her out because don't they still owe on the taxes?
Hmm. So they either buy her out or they sell over. They what they do is they would give her the land outright in lieu of cash, and then what she could do is sell the land herself.
Sell her portion.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's the interesting part about it. They would be better off giving her the land outright because that's less taxes she has to that's the less taxes they have to owe on the land.
Well, if they did that, I would contact Marilyn Manson and ask him if he wants a piece of land in Flagstaff.
This ain't no kind of good.
Just saying, just being petty, that's all. All right, so anything else with this episode? I'm just glad this season is over. I couldn't take much more of Cody. 13 episodes was enough.
No, this was just enough. I wish Bravo would do this with Housewives.
Oh, Susie. Susie is a mess. Susie in here saying, so recall that Robyn, who appears as submissive, always listening to Cody until she hears from God directly telling her she should buy a house. Amazing. She has a direct connection to God.
Ooh, Kimberly has a good point too. Would
Mm,
have to check the total value you can give to someone. She's not a legal wife, so someone will have to pay taxes on the value of the home. Um, right, Kimberly, but her name is on the deed, so they would have to buy out her portion of the land, and then which typically when you buy someone out, you have to pay the taxes on that land as well.
mm.
So that is what how the way it works. Even though she's not a legal wife, her name is still on the deed, so they could legally give it to her in lieu of cash.
Child,
And
this
I
is a
now
mess.
and I would take the land over the cash.
I don't know. I would make them hustle to get me the cash.
But see, the thing is, then the land's going to lose equity, and I don't trust his money management skills based on what we've seen.
Right, but I would hustle, make them hustle to get me the cash and buy me out, and then I know they would default, so they'd lose the land anyway.
I got you. I got
But
you.
I'd still have my cash.
Right. No, I got you.
I'm just so petty. Oh my God. Clean his image. Why didn't they address that perm? Right, Christina? I'm so over his hair. I don't know what I hated worse. When his hair looked like brittle straw, or now with the curly perm. Oof. I don't know. I have issues. I have it obviously, and I shouldn't even be talking because my hair looks a mess, but it is what it is. I'm not on TV. Ugh. All right, Jamal, anything else with this? Oh, Susan, I don't ever see them building on that. If they can't pay the taxes, then you can't afford that land.
Agreed.
That's the problem. They can't afford it. Arizona's expensive, especially in Flagstaff.
That's why I never understood them moving from Las Vegas.
They had the perfect setup, but you know, I feel like Cody just, if things are good, he does something to shoot himself in the foot.
Right. That cul-de-sac was perfect for them.
Why is it that Dalton could not go to school by himself in Arizona?
Kids do it all the time.
Yeah, but why he couldn't go to was it Nevada U like all the other kids did?
Either in Nevada U or UNLV.
Yeah, why he couldn't go there? Did he get a scholarship, a full ride? Who was paying for that education? Because you know Cody don't like to pay for education.
And why Flagstaff of all places?
Did he get a golf scholarship?
I hope so. I hope they paying. I hope they're not paying for him to go there. Because to move your whole family to a more expensive, less tax friendly state is not the move.
And I don't see the people of Arizona being that friendly. Like Nevada, nobody cared that they were doing that because there's so many different like things going on there. That's just one of the many sideshows.
I mean, they have legalized prostitution there, so like they're not tripping about a family with plural marriage. They're really not worried about that.
Exactly. Robyn, you just systematically destroyed this family.
Oh, before you go, Susie.
Mm-hmm.
So Cody's dad married Janelle's mom. Is that right?
Yeah.
Susie, that's what it is. Cody's dad married Janelle's mom.
Yeah, she was Cody's dad's last wife.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not Janelle's dad. Like she had another husband before.
Mm-hmm.
They had an episode about her when she passed away during this season.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember her name for the life of me, but it seems like she was very nice to all of the wives in Cody's family.
Was it Betty?
I don't know. So yeah.
But like you, I'm happy this season's over. I'm looking forward to the escape of Christine next season. We better see that. And I want all the footage. I want to see her escaping in the night with the U-Haul trucks. I want to see Cody running after U-Haul screaming like, "Please don't leave me! Please don't leave me!" I want Robyn to get real tears. I'm sure she could buy those on Amazon. I want to see Janelle push forward to try to get her 401k back, and we just don't care about Mary. We don't. Mary. Here's the thing. Mary's not interesting. Mary's not doing anything. Mary's just sitting, waiting around for a check and her new house to be built.
Well, that would be me. Quite honestly, and irritating Cody with every breath I take. Getting invited over to Robyn house for every holiday and sitting right across from Cody and going, boo.
Susan says I'm wanting the impossible. Hey, I'm just gonna put it out there.
I don't know. I don't want her to leave in the middle of the night like how they did in when they left Utah for Vegas. I want her to leave in broad daylight. I want her to be calling the police on Cody for trespassing. I want her to like put on a full show while he's getting dragged away in handcuffs because he attacked a police officer.
He's such a mess.
And then get in her car with her kids, and then like Isabella flipping him the bird, and she's just like, "Deuces, bitches, I'm gone." And she's calling her daughter Aspen to say, I'm on the road. We'll be there in a couple of hours."
I can't wait
and
for
then showing the check of how much she sold her house for.
Right.
Because she was the first one to buy a house in Flagstaff.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So she got equity.
Exactly. She was the smartest one.
But she took the real estate. She did real estate in Vegas, right?
Wasn't that Janelle?
Janelle did it first, but I think she did it too. Because she was one of the first to get her house sold in
she was.
Nevada.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's because she was the listing agent. And Janelle was trying to sell Robyn's house and couldn't get it sold.
Yeah, because that house sold at a loss, if I recall correctly.
Janelle, you ain't even try. How do you sell at a loss when wasn't the housing market good when they were selling?
Well, Vegas was always good though. Especially back then, you could buy for cheap and sell for a good profit.
Except Robyn.
Well,
God. Anyhow, any final thoughts on this mess?
No, we're good. Season's done.
Yes, Christina, I would put something in his food. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't say what. But I would put something in Cody food.
Oregano? Basil?
Sure. Call it whatever you want.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So tomorrow, are we doing 1,000-Pound Best Friends?
Tomorrow's Wednesday, yes.
Okay. So cool. We'll do that. So guys, join us back here tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Bring your notes. And we'll be talking about 1,000-Pound Best Friends. I haven't watched the episode yet. I have to watch it tonight.
Same.
I'm hoping it's going to be good. I saw a little bit of it. It was last night. Yes. They go camping.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not outdoorsy, so I can't imagine these women going camping. Or even glamping, because they had beds.
Mm-hmm.
That should be good. All right, so kiddos, join us back here tomorrow. All right. So Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All righty. Bye.